Hey guys, what's going on? Tour Cruise here, checking in with... We're here at Son Tra Peninsula. We're going to be going for a nice road bike ride today. Enjoying one of our favorite rides here in Vietnam, in Da Nang. We've got all the beautiful ocean views, beautiful mountain views, and summer is here. It's very hot.
Right.
So let's go ahead and get started with today's ride.
Let's go.
So before we begin, let's take a look here at the coast. So we're going to be cycling over that way. We're not climbing today. We're just going to be doing a few little rollers along the coast with some very scenic views. So beautiful sunny day for a ride. Let's go ahead and get started. We're hiding out in the shade here right now. So it's actually a really busy time of the year right now. We just had Vietnam's reunification holiday, so we had a bunch of traffic here, a lot more people than usual. And this upcoming weekend is actually the Ironman or half Ironman race here in Da Nang. So there's going to be a lot of new cyclists, triathletes in the area. So already as we began our ride today, we've seen a bunch of people on their triathlon bikes, on their TT bikes, just scoping out the course. And this part of the road actually is part of the triathlon course. So we're going to be checking that out. I believe the race is on Sunday. So we're going to come out where we're either going to be filming a video or live streaming for the event. So hope you guys stay tuned for that, and we're excited to watch it. Hopefully we get some better weather this year. Last year's event, it was downpouring, so we weren't able to film, but hopefully we'll get some nice sunny weather this year. So today's video is going to be another longer ride style video. So for today's video, we're going to be heading over here to the Son Tra Peninsula. We call this the Intercom route. There's a nice hotel over at the end, and it's one of the most scenic, really nice rides that you can do leaving from the center of Da Nang City. And especially you live over here on this side by the ocean, you only have to ride maybe 10-15 minutes in this kind of crazy traffic. But once you get over here to this peninsula area, there's a lot less cars, and it's really nice, really scenic place to ride. So we're going to be filming most of the ride, so you can enjoy that in today's video. But we'll also be talking about a few things, some updates, some plans for the summer. So for example, where we're going to be traveling, some other things that we're going to be doing. And so yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Oh wow, geez, that guy's just carrying a giant block of ice. And that's melting pretty quickly right now with this. It's insanely hot weather lately. It's about, I believe, 36 degrees Celsius max today. And then you have humidity on top of that, so I'm pretty sure the real feel is about 40 degrees for the max today. It's a little cooler now because the sun is starting to set. We're riding in the evening. We're starting this ride about 4:30. So we usually wait until later in the evening to do our rides now. It's just way too hot during the day, and I feel really bad for all the people doing the triathlon because it's going to be a hot one this year. And normally this is one of my favorite routes to do here because it's not like a super big hill or anything. It's a couple different rollers. There's one decently big hill at the end of it, but it's not too bad. But you get lots of beautiful views of the ocean along the way. So it's a very scenic ride. And there's a few more cars in the beginning because there's a tourist spot in the beginning part. But once you get past that, there's very few cars most of the time. And it's just a very nice, beautiful place to ride. So I wanted to show you that in today's video. I don't know if we'll see many triathletes going over this way because normally they turn left just back in that last intersection we passed. they only stay on the flat course. The only hill I believe they have is the big bridge, which they go over a few times. So I don't think we'll see any people on the TT bikes over this way. Maybe they might be doing some sightseeing while they're here. It's 2 days until the start of the triathlon, so I imagine today is going to be their rest day, and maybe doing a few openers tomorrow. But yeah, this route's very popular with like just regular casual cyclists. You see lots of people on their city bikes, on their mountain bikes, and on road bikes as well. So there's no shortage of people riding, and it's kind of a crazy road because yeah, there's lots of motorbikes, there's lots of cars, and there's lots of runners and lots of cyclists, like serious cyclists and more casual cyclists, and there's a lot of tourists. It's just a weird mix of everyone. And this first kilometer or two is the most chaotic because there's a couple other businesses here. There's a couple like cafes and scenic spots. So once we get past the main tourist spots here, it'll be a lot more empty, a lot less people. So you just got to be careful in this first little part. So there's a couple hills on the section, some of them more noticeable. This is the first little roller. So the first climb, and yeah, the unfortunate thing is there are a lot of tourist buses on this road. They're the most dangerous thing you need to be careful about. It was actually really nice last year when like Vietnam just opened up after COVID, and there was just very few people out here. It was a very nice place to ride. And this year, as we're getting more tourism and we're in the peak like tourism kind of season right now, we're just getting a lot more people. But you can see the road is a lot less busy already, and we've got a nice shoulder off to the side so we can ride safely away from all the traffic, and it just gets better the further you go. But you'll never escape the horns in Vietnam. Always the beep beep. And Thuong has been getting a lot stronger lately on our rides. So she's got over the full year on her new road bike lately. She's been doing some big training weeks, multiple weeks, doing over 10-hour weeks, and she's actually been riding more than me lately. So it's pretty amazing. Like when we were riding last year, my heart rate was usually considerably lower than hers, maybe 20 beats per minute, doing the same kind of effort. I was lower than her, so I was able to ride more easily. So yeah, these are nice. We got these nice little rollers. And I'm testing out some new wheels now. The hubs are a lot louder than my old ones. But yeah, before, like if I was doing like a zone 2 effort and I was at about like 140 beats per minute with my heart rate, if Thuong was riding in my draft, she'd be 160. That was last year. But now I'll be doing the 140 beats per minute effort and she'll be the same. Her heart rate won't be any lower or any higher. So that's just showing huge gains like on her part. She's able to do the same kinds of rides as me now without having to work like significantly harder anymore, which is great because we've been able to enjoy more long rides together. And yeah, we got the giant Lady Buddha statue up in front right now, one of the main tourist attractions on this route. But yeah, she's been beasting it lately. We've been able to knock out some big rides lately and some harder efforts. She's been destroying a lot of her PRs on some of the hills here. And I've been doing a lot more riding myself lately as well, which has been great because I'm getting back to my good fitness level that I was at last year, or decently good fitness level. And yeah, it's been an exciting last few months. A lot of people escaped over here from Chiang Mai, Thailand, some of the cyclists from over there, because it's the burning season around like February, March time. So there were a lot of new cyclists in the area for the last few months, and it was great having some new people to ride with, some faster people to ride with. Unfortunately, I don't get to ride much with a lot of the local cyclists here because they all do their rides early in the morning, like 5 a.m. and that's just way too early for me. I generally prefer to do the evening rides because I can enjoy these nice sunset views, and it's just gorgeous up here. This is one of the scenic spots. And yeah, a lot of this ride is just riding along the coast like this, getting these awesome views. This is the main entrance for the tourist spot here with the Lady Buddha statue. So this is where most of the traffic is going. After we pass this, it'll be a lot nicer. Yeah, she just crushes these rollers now. So that's the first two main climbs. Now we get a nice little downhill here, but beautiful view here. A couple of people do turn here, so just a point to be careful about. And here we go, starting our third climb. The amazing thing is, Tung used to hate climbing, but now it's getting a lot easier for her. So that's another one of the rollers done. And yeah, you see lots of people out here. That's one of the things I really love about Da Nang is just the local cycling population. A lot of people like to use like cycling as a form of exercise. You even see a lot of like girls and even older ladies like go out for these bike rides, sometimes by themselves, sometimes in groups, and it's great to see all different kinds of people on bikes enjoying it. You got a Sea-Doo there. Yeah, there's a couple different like seaside restaurants here. We're still working a little bit on Thuong's descending skills, but she's slowly improving with that too. So we're getting pretty close to the end point of this route. It's a out and back kind of loop. And this last climb that we're about to go up, this is the biggest one by far. All the other ones are pretty much rollers. You can sprint up them, but this last one's pretty big. Like in an all-out effort, it's about 4 minutes for me. So it's a pretty decently long climb. Here's the start point. So yeah, we're not doing anything crazy today, just a nice little easy endurance ride. But I think it was like last week or the week before, Thuong did a new PR effort up this hill. She took the QLM. She improved her time by almost a minute from last year, so killer effort by Thuong. And this is a pretty fun climb. It's pretty steady for the most part. Not too crazy steep at any point either, which is nice. But check out this view. Beautiful mountain sunset. Absolutely gorgeous. Hot? Still hot. Yeah, we still got some sunlight. And it's just, if you're watching from somewhere which doesn't have crazy humidity, it's hard to explain how hot it gets here. It's not just the heat, it's the humidity, which is just horrible. But yeah, if you ride midday right now, it is just torture. Whenever we finish any ride, my entire jersey, like everything is just drenched in sweat. I lose a couple pounds, a couple kilograms easily every ride just in water weight. So we always make sure to stay hydrated. This is one of the short little steeper sections, but it's not too bad. But the view behind us is pretty insane. You don't look at it too much when you're doing hard efforts up this, but it's nice to go slower every once in a while. Enjoy the view. And it's super dangerous going downhill because the views are just stunning and it's so easy to get distracted, but you have to be careful with these roads because there are a couple like random holes just from damage from like different boulders and stuff falling on the road. Not exactly potholes, but just random like holes. And yeah, some of the bikes can be really loud, just like their engines. They can get really quiet at times, but then a random bike will come by. Some of them aren't too bad. Like that one was considerably quieter than the one right before it. But yeah, even though we're doing pretty easy, my heart rate's only like 149 right now, doing about 250 watts, and I'm just drenching in sweat right now. I'm surprised my camera hasn't shut down from overheating yet. So we get a nice little flat-ish section here. This is the like halfway point, or just about halfway point. Yeah. It flattens out here for just a little bit, then it kicks back up. Good time to get a drink. But yeah, even from here, you get some nice views. And it's also nice because there's always like people on this climb. So you always get some people to chase after, keep you motivated. So this last little section here, a little bit steeper. It's saying the gradient's 10% now. But 10% gradients here are pretty common, so we're pretty used to them now. You're going into the finishing stretch here. This is the hardest part on this climb. If you're doing a hard effort, you got to sprint this last section, and sometimes there'll be a big headwind up here because we're passing over the mountain pass and we get this gorgeous view. So we're pretty high up now compared to the ocean, and just, yeah, crazy beautiful, crazy steep. And this section is actually very dangerous. You need to be careful that like boulders aren't falling down. And yeah, this is another popular spot for photos. Got some monkeys. Oh wow, check out this car. They sometimes bring out some really sick cars here for like wedding photos. And it's funny because we ride here a lot, so sometimes we see the same cars. That was my first time seeing that one though. And we had some really bad like storms last year, which caused some nasty mudslides here, so that's why a lot of this road is damaged now. And we've got these cool little like monkeys here on this fence. I'm surprised there's not more people out here right now, because this is another like very popular spot. There's lots of monkeys out here. A lot of people come out here, they have a picnic. They even feed the monkeys. There's lots of signs, don't feed the monkeys, but a lot of people do it, unfortunately. And yeah, this is the end point of the loop. So we just loop back here. This is the Intercontinental Hotel. We got some of the signs here. Don't feed the monkeys, but everyone feeds the monkeys. So we just loop back here and we're halfway done with the loop. But the way back is a lot more fun because you get more downhills. And yeah, the downhills are very, very beautiful. You just got to be careful and hope that a giant boulder doesn't fall down. But you do also need to make your way back up this big hill. And some of these drivers are really bad. They just think that beeping their horn and speeding in the passing lane is a smart thing to do before a corner. Geez, there's lots of cool cars out today. So yeah, this is another one of the steeper sections. We're getting 9% right now, going up to 10%. But that's the other dangerous thing on this road is it's so scenic, like everyone wants to get their picture, so people often will just stand in the middle of the road getting their photos taken, and there's like cars going both ways and it's a steep hill, so the speeds will be faster. Yeah, we're still at about 9%, so this way back is pretty steep. These are the views you get when you go down though, and when you go up, just surrounded. I guess this is the more popular area today. We get lots of bikes, lots of people getting their photos. Looks like there's a couple of different businesses on the bikes too. They try and sell some stuff to the people picnicking. And that group that we just passed, they're always there like every day. And the crazy thing is, like, a lot of them are smokers. Like, they'll ride out there and then they'll hang out there for like over an hour and they're just sitting there smoking, looking at the view. It's so funny because at least back in the US, I never knew any cyclists who were smokers. And here, there's a lot of them. And okay, we made our way back to the first climb, the first big one on the way over. Now we're making our way back. So we get a nice other fun descent here. I've tried teaching Chung how to like corner, but she just does her own. that's it for the fun downhill. Now we got our rollers going back. We got some old boats here. And as we make our way back, the next thing I wanted to talk about was some of our upcoming plans for the summer, some of our travel plans, ride plans, and things that we're trying to figure out. But one of the future plans is just gonna be me solo. I'm gonna be going back to the US, I think, for maybe 2 weeks, just to visit some family and also do some cycling there in the summer while it's a lot cooler in the summer in Michigan than it is here in Vietnam. During that time, Tung might be going back to her hometown, or some of her family might come to visit her in Da Nang and hang out there. So I think we're gonna get some family time for each of us this summer. And I still haven't decided when I'm going back to the US. There's still a lot of things I need to work out, like finding an actual good flight to go back and figuring out my full schedule when I go there. Obviously, I'd love to do some cycling when I'm there, some mountain biking. So trying to find a rental bike or something that I can use while I'm there. For a timeline, right now I'm thinking sometime in June, maybe early July, so I can be there for 4th of July weekend. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated when I'm going back and hopefully be able to meet some of you guys who are based around Michigan area. We get another downhill here. Guys, descending right in the pack of motorbikes. It's pretty funny. But yeah, another plan we're trying to make right now actually is we're thinking we want to do something in the very near future, within the next few weeks, going somewhere just for a short week or two. And one of the places we're strongly considering is Chiang Mai, Thailand. Tung really wants to go back there. Yeah. So we lived there for about 5 months last year, and before we moved to Vietnam. We really loved it. We filmed a bunch of videos there. So why do you want to go back to Chiang Mai, Tuan-chan?
Yeah, I love food.
The food?
Yeah, I meet real chicken, sticky rice, 29, vegan food. Yeah, pad thai, I love that.
And khao soi?
Yeah, khao soi good.
Yeah, so it's actually Tuan-chan's birthday coming up. So I think for her birthday present, we're gonna do a nice little short trip back to Chiang Mai and just go back. We miss so much of the stuff there. We really enjoy our life here in Da Nang for the most part, but for the food wise, for eating out wise, I think Chiang Mai wins hands down, and we really miss a lot of the foods. Tung really wants to go back and cycle in some of the old spots that she rode at, and now she's a lot stronger. So yeah, I think it'll be a fun trip. And we're gonna start making some plans for that, because we're gonna have to leave for that pretty soon actually, but I think it's okay. I believe there's direct flights from Da Nang to Chiang Mai now, so it should be a nice, easy trip, and we're really excited for it. So those are our two main near future plans. Sometime this month, we're hoping to go back to Thailand for a few weeks, and the next month I'll be going back to the US, and then we might try and plan something later after that. Maybe like Singapore, Bali, or Philippines are three places that we're strongly considering that we really want to go to. Yeah, some of these cars just like to turn and not wait. Everyone's going to that tourist place, they don't care. They're like, I'm big, I'm just gonna cut off traffic and go. But on the other hand, there's so much traffic here sometimes, if you don't go, you're just gonna be waiting forever. But yeah, we're back here in the busier, first kilometer of this course. Get out of here. This car is trying to beep past everyone. Very cool. They get their wedding cruise, wedding car cruise. This next section is one of Tuong's favorites. It's just a fast little downhill sprint. But yeah, it gets really congested sometimes like that. You saw half the people on the back of the bikes were just taking photos. It's just so scenic, and there's just always people taking photos. And we got some nasty speed bumps here, so take this part easy. There's a nice little gap in them so you can get a race. And here we are, the final stretch. And normally we turn left here. So we made our way back here. We got the ocean, nice sunset view. You can get some nice street food, sit outside. It's actually really nice weather this time of day. Like, it is pretty humid, but if it's windy, it's bearable. Especially once the sun's down, it's a lot more bearable. And usually the wind is a lot stronger here. That's one really nice thing. Despite the humidity. But yeah, I want to show you guys a little bit the ride back into the city, and hopefully we can find some triathletes as we make our way back home. So yeah, this is one of our favorite rides to do. It's a very easy ride. It's only like an hour going out there and back from the city. Well, we're at an hour right now, so it'll be about an hour and 15 minutes maybe. And you can make it longer. You can do other loops, extend on it, but for the most part, that's the basic loop. This is where the turn will be for the triathlon. They'll be turning here and continuing on their flat course. Got some people. This is like just a random like little middle patch here, but people use it as like a campground and like hang their hammocks. It's really weird. But I guess like they still get a nice spot of the ocean, so despite being like right in the middle of traffic, it's a decent spot, I guess. But yeah, this road is always pretty busy once you get back into this mainer part of the city. Especially people like, they make the most dangerous turns just coming into traffic instead of like waiting for the actual turn point. But you adapt to it, you can get used to it. Just always got to be attentive and on alert. Yeah, this car is pulling in halfway, blocking traffic. I mean, that's the other tough thing with this road though, is there's not many traffic lights, so there's never like a stop in the flow of traffic, so you kind of got to make that break yourself, and that's just the unfortunate situation. It's really dangerous like that one, like he's easing out, like it's like, is he gonna go, is he not gonna go? And yeah, always ride defensively. But still, even here you see lots of people on like just regular bikes, just riding. And yeah, it's a big mix of lots of different kinds of people. And as long as you're not going too fast, like I wouldn't ride fast in this section of road ever. It's just way too dangerous. But this kind of speed, you can respond to any kind of accident for the most part. So that's the sort of one downside about cycling here in Da Nang, is every entrance and exit out of the city is just really bad. Like there's no safe, easy entrance, exit. And yeah, that guy's trying to turn in front of us. That's just what they do here. Like they make the break in traffic, and because of that, there's a lot of congestion and like traffic jams. No more triathletes. I guess they're all home already eating dinner, because they got to go to bed early and get up super early. I don't know what time the triathlon actually starts, but I mean, it's a half Ironman, so it's pretty long. They're going to start with the swim, and then they'll be doing the long bike and then the run. So yeah, we're not going to watch the swim part, but we're going to try and get out for part of the cycling part and catch some of the run as well, because that'll be later. It's kind of unfortunate because weather-wise, like this is the best time of day to ride, just because it starts to cool down. You still got some daylight, but you don't get the direct sunlight. It's just weather-wise, it's perfect for riding. But this is like when everyone gets off of work and there's just so much traffic. So if you get outside the city in one of the less busy roads, it's great. But then the problem is you got to go back through the city to get back home. So every ride, we kind of got to start and finish with like just this kind of chaotic traffic, but it's not so bad. This is dangerous though. You got people crossing the road randomly, and then they'll be forcing you from the right so you can't move. And then there'll be a car coming from your left and then you get sandwiched in between them. So yeah, just those are the most dangerous situations, because a lot of people, they don't walk in the crosswalks, they just walk wherever, and sometimes they just pop out of nowhere and don't bother looking where they're going. Okay, we got a group here. There's some. Triathlon hunting, or triathlete hunting. And our first traffic light in a while. Yep, we got our U-turn. Great. People love doing U-turns on this road. Especially the giant buses and vans. And this road section is actually, they held a criterium here last year, which is the one race I actually entered. We filmed a video about that. It was Tung's first ever criterium. That was a pretty cool event. But yeah, on Sunday, I believe they're going to shut down the other side of this road. That's where the triathlon's going to be, and then this road's going to be for regular traffic. So yeah, on Sunday when the race day, there's just going to be tons and tons of triathletes riding on the road. So it's going to be a pretty cool view. Here we go, our turn is here. So yeah, I love riding this time of day. Just beautiful weather, beautiful sunsets, minus the traffic, but we got a good hour, 15 minutes in today. Still got some decent daylight right now. And yeah, nice, easy endurance ride. This is one of the more like main, larger style roads here in Vietnam. These can actually be nicer places to ride just because it's less chaotic. You don't have as many vehicles going the wrong way, but you do have a lot of these blind intersections where cars will just come right out of them and turn right in front of you, or even worse, they'll try and cross the road. So yeah, there's never a safe place, but as long as you're attentive, they usually are blasting their horns if they're going to bomb through, so you can hear them coming. Yeah, the roundabouts, there's no rules in the roundabouts, just whoever gets there first and whoever honks the horn the loudest. We're going to be turning left up here, so might as well get in the left lane now. Yeah, here we go, our lovely chaotic little intersection. Okay. But to finish our ride, we've got a nice little surprise to show you guys. We found our favorite food here. We got some taiyaki. And those of you who've watched us back when we were in Japan, you know that taiyaki was our favorite food. But unfortunately, we tried that taiyaki place and it's not authentic, it's not that great. So unfortunately, we got really excited when we saw that place, but hasn't lived up to our expectations. So yeah, we're almost home now, so we're gonna finish up this video, but hope you guys enjoyed seeing more cycling videos here in Vietnam. If you want to see more, make sure you're subscribed, and Before we go, we want to say a special thank you to all of our awesome supporters over on Patreon. Thanks to your guys' support, we're able to continue making videos for this channel. That's it for today's video. Enjoy the chaos of cycling in Vietnam, and we'll see you next time here on 2O Cruise. Bye bye.